we've had some comfortable nights for sleeping the last few days, but we're in the 80s already right now for the night, and I'm guessing it's not really going to cool off.
No, 70s maybe. 70s a warm overnight temperature. I'm also kind of, I like the heat. You know this, well documented.
Yes.
I do not like sleeping when it's warm.
Yes.
That's
I'm
like,
with you on that.
I think most people are in that zone.
Yeah.
I think tonight is going to be sticky. So I would imagine if you've had AC, you've popped it a few times this year because it's been quite sticky. But, 85 for high Portland, 85 Bangor, a lot of that happened late in the day. So it's still quite mild out there. Portsmouth at 87, 87 in Freiburg too. And we've had very little cloud development. I was saying yesterday I thought it'd be a top 10 day, and I think it was. Now look, not everybody has the same perception of a top 10 day, but I think that you think about summer, late July, this is pretty much right down the strike zone in the mid 80s, a lot of sun, very few showers out there as well. So tonight is mild. This is midnight. This model thinks it'll be 73 in Portland, 72 in Bangor. That's pretty warm for the middle of the night in through early tomorrow morning. It kind of stays in the same zone. Now there will be more cloud cover around tomorrow, and it's all about a conditional severe weather risk tomorrow. So the more sun we can see through the first half of the day, the stronger these storms might be in the afternoon and early evening. There's one round that comes through in the middle of the day, and then we try to rush another one through between 4 and 8 p.m. And that's our best chance of severe storms. But the timing's a little in flux, so stay with us on that. These storms could be severe. There could be some rotation in them. They should be able to get offshore by about 8 o'clock at night. After that, things settle down, and we go back to the heat on Friday, which actually I think will be the hottest day of this stretch. Upper 80s, low 90s air temperature, plus the dew point in the 70s means the heat index will be easily into the mid 90s on Friday afternoon. So getting hot even by standards of people who might tend to like that. So the reason I'm so interested in tomorrow is there's a lot of parameters coming together over southern Maine that are good for severe weather. And we don't see that a ton. And so if we can get those storms going in the afternoon, we've got the potential for some spinning in the storms, and that leads us to a tornado risk. Now, if you look at this is Storm Prediction Center. It has a 5% risk, which you say, well, that's not so bad. But keep in mind, I don't think I've ever seen a 10% risk in this part of the country. That's really a plains kind of thing, northern plains into the deep south. And so that's as high a risk of an isolated tornado as we tend to get. Worth watching in York County, especially back to New Hampshire. Then the story is the heat. On Friday, upper 80s and low 90s. If you don't like this heat and humidity, just wait. Sunday, boom, off a cliff. Dew points way, way down into potentially the 40s briefly, guys, which is really kind of crisp stuff. Next week this is a real personality test, actually. Like, by mid next week, you can decide. Did you like this week or do you like next week? Because next week is that 75, lower dew points, quite a bit of sun, which I love in late September.
Sure, we'll be talking about early August at that point.
Yeah. But so it depends what you're into. Both 2 nice weeks, better than any other weeks we've had this summer, easily.
I think either way, no complaints because it's been so rainy.
No
We're just happy to
complaints.
see sun.
No regrets. No regrets.
All right, thanks, Keith.